Hey, I'm Patrick, and I've been working on a tile-based roguelike game called Presence for about a year and a half now. So far in the game, you explore a randomly generated level, kill some enemies, acquire some loot, and fight a boss. In this video, we're going to be expanding the game by adding a leveling system along with a whole class tree. So far, the game feels empty. When you play the game, it feels simple, doesn't require a lot of user brain power to play. We want to change that. A major system that has been missing from the game thus far is a leveling system. To start introducing this system to the game, I made it so characters can receive EXP when killing enemies, and created a simple EXP bar that will temporarily appear when you get EXP to show you how much you have. The amount of EXP a character receives changes based on the enemy they kill and the size of the party. The size of the party reduces the amount of EXP received for each character. This has opened a few doors, but the main one is it has opened two distinct playstyles. You can have a large party that levels slowly, or you can have a single character who is super strong because they level up super fast. Next was actually making it so the characters level up. I made a new UI screen, borrowing from the inventory screen a little bit. Now, when you get enough EXP, the game pauses and your character levels up. The actual stat increases the character receives is chance-based, the chances changing based on what class they are. I did my best to make it so that when you do level up, you don't get a no stats increase level up. It's still a possibility, but it is rare. But just as it is rare for you to get no stats increase, it's also rare for you to get a really big stat increase. You thought that's where the leveling system ends? Oh, no. In addition to the leveling system, we are adding a class tree. Once your character reaches a certain level, you'll have the option to promote them into a stronger class. This grants a buff to their stats, changes what weapons they can use, and gives them access to better skills. But it's not quite that simple. In addition to meeting the level requirement in order to promote, I wanted there to be a little more to promoting to make it feel more rewarding when you do so. In order to promote to a higher class, you need to have two things. Access to a certain object that is found while exploring the levels. For right now, I'm calling it the future statue. And you must have acquired enough presence. Presence is something that can drop from certain enemies after you kill them. For every point of presence you have, you gain 1% crit chance in combat, but in addition, you can use it to promote to higher classes. Since I knew this was going to be a major part of the game and progression for the players, I tried to make sure that the act of promoting was as satisfying as possible. So I made a nice animation for the statue when you interact with it, making it almost seem like it's waking up from a slumber before a blast of particles shoots out. And then once you actually end up choosing your promotion class, another blast of particles appears as you turn into your next class, which I think makes it very satisfying and rewarding to use this system in the game. My plan is for each starting class to have 3 higher classes you can choose from. Some of the options overlapping between classes, allowing you to have 2 of the same higher class in your party. This variety gives a ton of replayability to the game, as well as complexity. In addition, for every Tier 2 promotion, I want there to be a final promotion for each one, adding a 3rd level of tiers. For right now, I'm only implementing the Tier 2 classes, purely because there's not enough game to reach the higher max tier. However, the addition of leveling and higher classes has presented a new issue: balancing, because now the player characters get super strong. To start, I helped balance out the starting level by adding more enemies with more unique skills to better challenge the player. This includes an underling mage, which can shoot a fireball, an underling rogue type character called the underling shadow, who goes invisible and gets auto crit if they hit you while invisible. I gave the bandit brute a rage-like ability where he gains a buff to his strength and defense for a few turns before becoming stunned for 1 turn. Lastly, a tree golem enemy, which can entangle the characters, making it so they can't move. These additions also help to make the starting level have a little more variety, as well as be more strategic and not just a click fest. But we're going to need even stronger, more complex enemies to challenge these higher class characters. Sounds like we need a new area. I will be releasing a public alpha playtest for presents very soon, so now is the perfect time to wishlist on Steam. Every wishlist is incredibly helpful and supports the game in a meaningful way without requiring a lot of commitment from you. So please feel free to wishlist if you're interested. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.